What if the past wasn't ready for you, but you showed up anyway, in heels, glitter, and zero shame? I'm the Most Beautiful Count is not just a BL series. It's time travel, royal scandal, poetry, tigers, sass, and chaos wrapped into one iconic series. And yes, we need to talk about it. Hi everyone, I'm Amy and welcome back to After the Credits, the podcast style channel where we talk movies and series that stay with us long after the screen fades to black. Today's review is about I'm the Most Beautiful Count, a time travel series that balances comedy, romance, palace politics, and pure fabulousness, and actually makes it work. Just a quick heads up, this review contains major spoilers, so grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's talk about the most extra count in history. Let's start with the girl of the hour, Prince or Woradet. Nut is an incredibly versatile actor. I noticed him first in Pit Babe, and from there I went on to watch Something in My Room and Oxygen. He embodies masculinity and femininity effortlessly, and his acting range is genuinely impressive. Seeing him as Prince and later Woradet felt like I was in a trance of awesomeness. The series starts with Prince strutting in heels, showing off her glamour and confidence with an unapologetic pride, and I absolutely loved it. I remember sitting on my bed and thinking, okay, what is going on? Then, boom, everything changes. Prince wakes up not in her world, but 100 years in the past, now living as Woradet, a young nobleman in an unforgiving era where living as anyone outside your birth identity was a taboo. The transitioning of that scene was so good, and I give props to the show. Prince isn't just a character, she's a spectacle. Every dramatic entrance, every unapologetic moment, every over-the-top flourish, and every scandal she leaves in her wake makes this series even more hilarious and entertaining. The queen served and she slayed. Now let's talk about Kosol, played by Ping. Kosol is introduced as Woradet's rumored lover, the man who supposedly broke Woradet's heart and drove him to poison himself. And Kosol, being Kosol, denies the scandal with the same sharp restraint he uses to wield his sword. He's stoic, huge, devastatingly handsome, and trained to kill with both blade and his stare. He carries himself with so much poise and intensity, the jinn that tells you he's dangerous. I mean, this man owns a tiger. Yes, a tiger, Moo. Cute, right? Personally, I was confused with the way Kosol treated Prince, but as the story unfolded, it made sense. Because beneath all that lethal charm, my man Kosol is smitten. Absolutely, helplessly, can't breathe without him level type of smitten for Woradet. And honestly, I love them. The perfect blend of chaos and composure. Entering Banjong. Small lips, glasses on, soft-spoken, poetic, and emotionally confused Banjong grew up with Woradet and harbors deep feelings for him. But his character is complicated, sometimes too complicated. One moment he's reciting poetry under moonlight, the next he's poisoning the person he claims to love. That boat scene had me gasping. The boat rocks, and so do they. Their lips meet. Accidental, but absolutely beautiful. But then later, he shoots Woradet, then goes ahead to confess again. I kept on asking myself, what does he really want? Woradet dead or by his side? And yet, somehow, just somehow, it works. Emotionally confusing? Yes, but dramatically entertaining. The love triangle between Kosol, Woradet, and Banjong is pure comedy gold. I never thought I'd enjoy a love triangle this much, but here I am, laughing alone in my room. These three serve chaos, tension, and comedy in an equal measure. The jail scene, with Jade thrown into the mix, had me crying literally from nonstop laughter. In that moment where the three of them sleep together, or rather, Banjong reciting poetry while Kosol silently burns behind him, comedy perfection. Then we have Chet, Kosol's younger brother. He's absolutely cute and adorable. A skilled master with a childlike personality, completely uninterested in ruling. I remember thinking on his entrance, this might be the love rival. I was wrong, so wrong. He just wants to live freely as a commoner, but also desperately wants his brother by his side. Their relationship is one of my favorite parts of the show. It's tense, loving, funny, and emotional all at once. That apology scene where Kosol drops to his knees going, "Oi," while Prince, Jade, and Banjong feed him the corniest apology lines ever. In fact, that Kosol actually says them had me dying. And of course, Jade, Woradet's fiercely and most loyal servant, steadfast, devoted, and impossible not to love. His chemistry with Chet is so good that the show honestly could have made them a second couple. Instead, they gave us a beautifully written master-servant bond. Every time Chet teases Jade, I'd melt a little. I just wanted them to be happy.
We also have Pandao, Banjong's younger sister. Pandao is the definition of sharp suspicion. She doesn't just dislike Woradet, she detests him. Every look she gives him is filled with distrust, and her presence adds real tension to the story. Beyond the characters, the show also tackles politics, power struggles, and control, themes that still reflect modern society. Prince, coming from the future, she uses her knowledge of history and strategy to influence events in the past, slowly changing the course of history, especially when it comes to freedom and LGBT rights. That layer gave the story real weight. The costumes? Stunning. The cast chemistry? Phenomenal. This series balances out comedy at 70% and action at 30%, and somehow still made me cry in the middle of all that laughter. The ending. I loved, felt a bit rushed, loved how foolish Somdet must have felt at that election scene, but one thing still bothers me. What happened to Prince's body in the modern world? Overall, I was happy. The leads got their happy ending, and for once, a time travel story ended in a way that felt emotionally satisfying. My ratings, 9 out of 10. Story, 9. Acting and cast, 10. Music, 9. Rewatch value, 10. I highly recommended. And that's my take on I'm the Most Beautiful Count. It's funny, dramatic, chaotic, heartfelt, and completely unapologetic. And despite a few rushed moments, it's one of those BLs that stays with you because it dares to be different. If you've watched the series, I'd love to know your thoughts. Who was your favourite? Prince, Kosol, Banjong, Chet, or Jade? If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next episode of After the Credits.